Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm... Thank you, son. This is great. Thank you. I'm having some difficulties with the lighting. It keeps being like intense and really bright, and then it's like, okay, now it's raining. So perfect. So quick update, I just wanted to say that my unboxing of the NYX Face Awards box of goodies was supposed to be up yesterday. I'm having some technical difficulties kind of with the files. So I'm gonna have to actually refilm some of it because I filmed my reaction and then I'm gonna film actually going through the products. So it won't be up until next weekend because I'm actually at my family's place right now. So I hope you guys will have a little patience with me because I will be home on Friday night and then I'll get the video up on like Saturday, maybe Friday or Saturday night. But the topic on this video today is actually inspired by you guys because you commented on...
Oh my god, are you kidding me? Stop it!
You commented on the video I did with my little brother like a month ago, and I mentioned something about paranormal experiences and like ghosts and stuff like that. And some of you guys actually wrote that you were interested in seeing a video like this, and I thought today would be a good chance to actually talk about this. I'm gonna be sharing my most scary ghost experience ever, and it's not something that I've really talked to that many people about because people are always thinking you're lying or you're insane, and I don't really want people to think that about me. But I'm just gonna give you guys a little background story about me and my family. We've always been really spiritual people. I think I just have this from my mom and my dad. That's just what I grew up with, like being in contact with like the spiritual world and stuff like that, and thinking a lot about not just what we can see in front of us, but like energies and karma and just how like the universe works. And I think it's just something that comes really natural to me and something that I've always felt really comfortable with. That's also why I mentioned that like I have had many like ghost experiences in my life, but it's probably also because it's something that I've wanted to myself. Like it's something that I've been looking for. I remember the first time my parents told me about they knowing that this is something that would affect me in my life is that when we were living on like an old farm when I was a kid, I think I was like 2 years old or something, we had this crazy cat, and one afternoon my parents were just like looking at us. We were sitting in the living room and the cat and I were like looking at the same things, so like our eyes would like follow the same like objects that were in there, like we were just looking up in the ceiling and then just looking around. And it's really strange because like obviously the cat was seeing something and I was seeing something that my parents couldn't see. So it just really started a long time ago, and I think it's a really cool subject. So I hope you guys will enjoy this video. It's kind of scary for me to talk about so openly now. So here we go. I moved away from home when I was 16 to study and do stuff, and I posted some pictures of how I was living. It was quite a small apartment and it was pretty new. I think the buildings were from like the 80s or something like that, so it wasn't like old, it wasn't supposed to be like haunted or anything. I really liked living there. I think it was a nice apartment, but from the day that I moved in, I had this really strange feeling in the entry, like the entry little room thingy. I'm gonna actually insert some pictures now so you guys can see what I mean. So this is my living room, and what you see in the corner thingy is kind of where my hallway was. And I never got any lights out there because it was just dark. I don't know. I didn't like being there, so like I never really thought about it. I just kept it for shoes and my jackets and stuff like that. And then it's also the way that you came into the apartment, and to the left, no, to the right of what you see, there's the small little bathroom. So when I moved into the apartment, my bed was actually on the other side of the wall, so like where you came in from the little hallway thingy. So my feet would actually kind of point out into the hallway thingy, and that just really freaked me out. So I think after a few weeks I changed it over to the other wall that you see on the pictures here, and that was just a lot more comfortable. So I would just get this really strange energy coming from... Oh my god. I'm actually home alone right now at my grandmother's place, and like the door behind me is like, I'm not kidding you guys, like this door was just like, just 1 second. Okay, that was like super creepy, like the door opened by itself, but it's open now, so like nothing can, So yes, I moved around my bed and it was like that, it was fine. I felt a lot more comfortable sleeping away from like the door. Nothing really happened. I stayed there for 10 months living by myself. Then in December of that year, I started talking to this guy who ended up actually becoming my boyfriend, and he came to see me like right at the end of the year, and he stayed with me I think like 4 days or something like that. Went home, and then I was really busy just preparing for New Year's and like seeing my friends and stuff. And then the day after New Year's, I actually went to his place to visit his mom and stuff like that. But then a few weeks went by and he came to visit me again. Since he lived at home with his parents or his mom, we always stayed at my place, which was totally fine. But for every weekend he came to visit me, this feeling of somebody like watching me and being in the hallway just kind of grew, which was so uncomfortable. So after like maybe a month and a half, the feeling had kind of evolved so much that in the hallway, this thing, like the presence, had evolved into like an actual shape, like a shadow of a person. It wasn't looking like something, like it didn't look like a person or anything. It was just like the shape of someone, like the shape of a person or something like that. I didn't feel like it wanted anything bad for me. I didn't feel like it wanted to do me any good. It was just present, like it was just there in my apartment.
I am seriously gonna go crazy with this fucking lighting. Oh my god. The sun is like blinding me now.
So the presence stayed in the hallway for quite some time, but every time my boyfriend had been in my apartment, like staying with me for a weekend, it would kind of move a little bit closer. And it would always happen like at the end of the night. I would wake up and I would kind of see it there. And it kept not feeling like it wanted to do me anything bad, like it didn't want to hurt me, anything like that. But it was just like it moving closer and closer to me every time that my boyfriend had been there. After around 4 months, I think, maybe 4 or 5 months, we decided that we were gonna move in together, and he was gonna move in my place because he could actually change his like high school thingy or whatever it was called. And so he would just come live with me in that small apartment until we found something bigger. And for some reason that just really affected this presence thingy, so it actually kept just moving closer and closer to me every time he had been at my place. It started happening a bit more like frequent, like it came closer and closer. And I really freaked out because I know that if you tell something that it's not okay for it to be there, like you can actually, it's like saying to a person that it's not okay for it to be in your space and then they can't do anything. And I tried doing that, but nothing worked. Like it was there. And I think what was most scary is like it never felt like it wanted to hurt me. Like it didn't feel happy, it didn't feel sad, it didn't feel like anything. It was just like there, and every time my boyfriend had gone home, it would move closer to me. I started feeling more and more uncomfortable sleeping alone, and it was actually getting kind of bad because I felt like really helpless. I couldn't do anything about this thing, and it just kept not going anywhere. It actually ended. I have like goosebumps all over, it feels so bad. Ugh. So in June, I think it was June, my boyfriend was gonna go home after he had stayed with me for like I think a few days, and he would come back with all his stuff. And we would like officially have moved in together. But the day that he went home for me, it was like a summer day. I think his dad came to pick him up. So I was so excited about him finally moving in with me that I completely forgot about this presence being in my apartment. I was so excited about him finally getting there. So I was just spending my afternoon like moving away my stuff so there was space for his stuff as well. And I was just so happy and looking forward to him coming. I think it was like the next day or something. And so I got really tired like in the evening and I fell asleep. And I woke up in the middle of the night. And as soon as I had opened my eyes, I just felt so bad. I'd fallen asleep with like my back facing the room, so I turned around and this present thingy was standing like right next to me, like right beside my bed, almost looking like down on me, and I felt like just a chill going all the way into my bones. I felt so bad, like I had the worst anxiety. So I just turned on all of the lights and I didn't turn them off again until my boyfriend had come home to me again. I don't think I ever actually told him about this. I actually haven't told that many people in my life. I think my family and my brother and like my best friends maybe know it, but it's just something that really gave me like a big shock, and I felt so scared. I can't explain anything about it because it doesn't make any sense. It was just so strange. The present thingy just completely went away when my boyfriend moved in with me. I never thought about it again. I never really felt it again. But it was just that something could happen. Like you couldn't make it go away. It just kept moving closer and closer. It was just extremely uncomfortable. I think I just kind of ended that chapter of my life, like being interested in communicating with like spirits and stuff, because it just made me feel so scared. I think you can never really run away from like being a person who can sense like energies and who will be spiritual, but I've just not been able to open up to this part of myself for so long because it just made me feel like I was almost in danger, I guess. I'm super happy that this present thingy never came back and it didn't follow me to other apartments. I can't explain it, I'd never seen it before, I've never felt anything like that. If you guys know anything about what this possibly could have been, then please let me know in the comments. I would love to discuss it with you. I know other YouTubers who've vlogged about paranormal stuff has mentioned like shadow people. I don't know if this is what that was, because I think that's something you would maybe be able to also control and say like, you're not allowed to be in my my space, because what I always do is like when I move into a new apartment and stuff, I always kind of like cleanse the energy and do like a little moving in ritual where I just kind of make sure that everything is like fresh and has my energy and not some bad negative stuff. I don't know. So yeah, this is my scariest ghost experience that happened in 2010-11, I think it was. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. It's not really something I've talked about on my channel before. If you guys would be interested in seeing more of these like paranormal videos, leave suggestions in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys would want to see. Please give it a big thumbs up if you liked it, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. We're getting actually pretty close to hitting 29,000 subscribers, which I think is kind of crazy, and I'm so excited. You can also follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. I will have links for that down below. Thank you guys for watching. I love you, and I will see you very, very soon.